So our tip of the week, we're going to talk about how managing your colors and your pen sets can work in your advantage for the work environment. I love customizing my work environment. I think work environment is very important because everybody works in a different way, processes and learns what's on screen in a different way. So what works for one person isn't going to work for another. And that's where our work environment comes in. A work environment is specific to the user, not the project. So if you and I are working in a project together, so say on a teamwork file, I can have one work environment for my computer and you're going to have a separate one for your computer. And this is where we really get to customize what ArchiCAD looks like for us. So to get to your work environment, you're going to go, I think it's on-screen options, and pull up your work environment. And this is what you're going to look like. This is what it's going to look like here. As you can see, where all of these different colored boxes are, this is how you can, where you can change. You can change the color that your highlighted elements are going to be and what their contours look like while they're highlighted. The highlighted surface of that element. You can change the color. You can change the transparency of it. Highlight element before selection in Magic Wand, that's when you're just kind of hovering over it. It becomes that blue color. And then you can customize how long it stays that blue color after you've hovered over it. When we're looking at our tracker and our coordinator, we can change the colors that those come in. I mean, I think standard they come in as blue, but if you wanted to change that to something that works better for you, you can do that. You can change the fill color and the transparency of it. And when we're looking at our snap points, our grids, you can change each of those colors as well. I found that useful recently for a company that I was training out of Seattle. One of the ladies had a hard time seeing that snap point color in the blue when she was looking for that 50% marker. And so we changed that to an orange because it stood out from everything else that was on the page so that it was easier for her to see as she was hovering over an element. So that's where it comes in, where I'm saying that this is customized to you. You can't see that blue line, change it to an orange line, change it to a red line, something that's going to stand out a little bit better to you. Where you can change how your pen sets look in your model views automatically. So that means every time you start up ArchiCAD with your work environment saved, these are the presets that it's gonna start with. You can, using the on-screen options, you can really get very specific how things are going to look for you, how your uniform colors, your uniform pen lines are going to look like. You can change your frames and you can change your fill color. We can also set what our automatic pens are going to look like in our model view. So one thing that it took me a little longer than I would like to say to learn this one is when you're looking at your work environment here. I have started up several projects under somebody else's work environment, and I would often get these gray fill boxes underneath doors, windows, sometimes in the allowed space, you know, around toilets and such. And I always thought it was due to a model view option that I just wasn't able to find, or a graphic override that I wasn't able to undo. And it really drove me nuts. And then, and I always look at this now, is this on-screen option right here, automatic pen color visibility, adjust for model view. If that's clicked, you're gonna see these gray boxes in places that you don't want it. So you unclick that, and then everything will go back to this normal white background that we're all used to seeing. You can change on your model view or on your on-screen options, you can change to use a uniform color for our master layout items. And what I mean by that is when we're looking at our sheets, all of our sheets are populated from our master layouts. So I can change if they wanted to see the color of, if you want to see the color of your company's logo, you can change what that looks like on the master layout. So it's also going to be printed that way. So we can really, I mean, I hate to say it this way, but it's kind of fun to go into your work environment and really dig into how much you can personalize ArchiCAD to your personal preferences, changing your colors and your line types kind of everywhere you go. And so this is where you would get kind of how everything starts out looking for you until you start changing graphic overrides. All right, let's